Peter Ramos, and I have the privilege of being your senior pastor of this great church. Let me start out by saying that it is not a coincidence that you are here today. God has made it possible for you to be here because there is something He wanted you to hear. There is something He wanted you to see. There is something He wanted you to experience. I believe that your life will never be the same after today, because by you being here, you have entered the God zone. If you are between the ages of 12 and 30, you are part of a generation that is facing the hardest struggles that any other generation has ever lived. We are in the middle of the largest generation in the United States. 71 million people live in the USA. 33 million of them are teenagers. The peer pressures that these teenagers face each and every day is second to none and pretty scary if you ask me. 37,000 teenagers die each year, of which 30% are killed in car crashes related to alcohol. Teens account for more than 1 million unintended pregnancies and 3 million cases of STDs each year. 9 out of every youth say there is absolutely no truth. 1 of 3 teenagers has been drunk within the last month. 1 out of 4 teenagers uses illegal drugs. 1 out of 11 teens attempt suicide. 1 every 6 hours succeeds. 90% of teens admit to having watched pornography while doing their homework. 1 out of every 2 high school seniors is sexually active. By the time the average teen graduates from high school, they would have watched 19,000 hours of television, including about 20,000 sexual acts and 1 million acts of violence. 8,000 teens contract a sexually transmitted disease every day. 1 million teens are pregnant right now. 750 teens have abortions every year. 1 in 10 females has reported being raped at some time in their life. 60% of teenagers say they would attend church if only someone would invite them. And I could go on and on and on, giving you statistics on all the pressures facing young people today. Young people everywhere are searching for hope, for love, for joy, for meaning, for purpose. Young people search for an identity as they ask all these questions which seem to go on and on and on with no answers. Why do I always wind up with losers when it comes to my love relationships? Why was I born into my family? Why couldn't I have a different last name? Why don't I have friends? Why am I so fat? Why am I so skinny? Why did my parents have to get divorced when I was a kid? Why did I get pregnant when I was a teenager? Why can't I be faithful and stay with one person in a relationship? Why am I always so bored? Why do I have to deal with these crazy thoughts that come to my mind? Why? And so you turn to all the wrong places and all the wrong things in search of answers. The lounge. And so you try to hide your pain in the crowd of those friends that you really are not really your friends. And when you get home at night, you find yourself empty, alone, depressed, and making plans for your next outing because this one is already gone. Sex. You gave your body in search of love, only to find out that you were used like a bubble gum. And when the taste was all gone, you were spit into a garbage can. alcohol. You try to drown your sorrows and your pain with that sex on the beach, or spikes, or beer, or that cheap vodka. But when the hangover is gone, you got the headache, you got the upset stomach, and guess what? You still have the pain. Drugs, club drugs, inhalants, prescription drugs, meth, cocaine, marijuana. You get high, and then you hit the ground, flat on your face. Because drugs don't provide the answers you're looking for. Religion. In your attempt to connect with a higher being, you've tried religions. Maybe you even tried witchcraft or